guys, thanks for joining us again. We're going to actually be talking a little bit more about Legacy Homeschool Christian Group. We're going to be looking at specifically the morning session and what it would look like for you to be a part of our morning session and what that would require. And it's actually based off of My Father's World curriculum and their synergy groups. And if you want to know what a synergy group is, it's just a group of people that all use the same cycle of My Father's World, and we'll get to that in a minute. But we will be basing what we do in the day. We have a schedule for that that will also go later in this video. But for now, I want to talk about My Father's World specifically and what it would look like for you to use it, what you're getting for your money when you buy it. And I'd like to start by saying also that in no way am I paid by them. In no way do I have any connection with them. I've homeschooled a long time. I have looked into lots and lots of curriculum and researched it, and I'm very happy with the choice that we've made for Legacy Christian Homeschool Group. I think you'll be happy with the standards and the levels of academic progress that your kids are making in that, what they're learning, how creative it is. I'm super excited about it. I know my kids are. They've already been looking through the curriculum and they really, really love it already. They're ready to start next year, and we just finished this year. So anyway, first we're going to talk a little bit about My Father's World in general. And what I really love about them is they are God-centered, and you know that up front. It is classical education based, and what that means is that God is in the center. If you picture a circle, and everything around that is related to God. So whether it is math or science or whatever you're looking at, what we're going to do is relate that back to God and help our kids learn who He is based on those subjects, which is a really important thing. And a lot of times we miss out on that in a traditional school setting. And so I'm a big fan of classical education. I've done it a lot. What's different about My Father's World, though, is it is a Charlotte Mason approach, which is new for me as well. And there's several different things that we do with Charlotte Mason. It is more hands-on. You have a very structured morning, and then you have kind of an unstructured afternoon session at home, which allows you to do different activities. So you'll spend about 20 minutes on a subject, and then you'll move on to the next subject. And they have a little time in between to do those things that they need to get done without you, or to just try without you, or whatever. But it's really, really structured. It moves pretty fast in the morning, but then in the afternoon, like I said, you have your free time to explore maybe more of the subjects or get out and do nature walks. I think those are scheduled in every week so that you make sure you have time to do those things and actually explore God's world and not just read about it in your curriculum. Also, it's based on group unit studies. So like for me, I have 3 kids, and my kids' ages are 9 and almost 7 and 5. And a lot of times parents say, well, how am I going to homeschool those kids and all those different age ranges? But My Father's World really makes it easy, because what you're going to do is you're all using the same curriculum at different levels. So we may talk about a certain subject, this year, since we're doing geography this upcoming year, we may be talking about Brazil, and maybe my youngest, she draws a picture and she writes Brazil on it, and she kind of knows where that is, and maybe we discuss a little bit about the country. And then maybe for my middle son, he might read a little bit online about Brazil and tell that back to me and the other 2 kids. And maybe my oldest son, he might decide, hey, I'm going to do a little report on this, and I might have him write a paragraph or 2 about what he learned about Brazil, and I may give him guidelines for that, and he can work on that while I'm working with the other 2 kids. And so they make it very easy, and if you want to learn more about how that works, I would suggest you go to their website, because they have this really cool thing where you can put in your kids and their ages, and it'll actually show you how you would do that and how you would go through high school doing that. So it's really interesting. Definitely go to their website and check that out if you want to know more. So like I said, this year we're going to start out from the beginning. It's a 5-year cycle, and the first one is exploring countries and cultures. After that, you go from creation to Rome, and then it's Rome to the Reformation, Reformation to 1850, and 1850 to modern times. And then you repeat that all. So your kids will be going through these subjects more than one time, which kind of gives you a good foundation to build on before they get to high school. So let's look a little bit. I've already bought the curriculum and I thought you might want to see what it looks like. So I'm going to go through that with you and just let you see a little bit about it. There's actually two different, packages that you can get. One's the deluxe, of course, and the other is the basic, depending on your budget and what you can do. And I'll show you the difference, and then that way you'll have a good idea what you can get for your money and whether or not you need that extra. I got the deluxe package just because I knew that I was going to try to teach a synergy group, and I wanted to have everything that I might need as the leader. And so, like I said, if it's something you think, well, I probably don't need that, I'm not going to be teaching a group, then that's okay, because like I said, I have the materials and that's my job. So, but up front, I will start with this nice teacher's manual. And to be honest, I've never had a teacher manual where it's all laid out for me. I've always made my own, and I've spent a lot of time every week making my own. It's not pleasant work, and so I am really excited about the time I don't have to spend to make up all this. The only thing that they do not add is, of course, your English and math, because like I said, if you have a bunch of kids, you're going to be teaching different levels, and there's different styles and what the kids like and what they're good at and adjust to easily with that. So you may use several different curriculums, a different one for each kid, and that's okay. And they give you that flexibility to do that. But it's really nice that they have this all laid out, what you'll do every day, so you can see the week at a glance. And then it goes through like Monday and kind of questions and different things you're going to be doing in spelling or what you're going to be doing in science and all that. So that is a really nice kind of way that they have this set up. The other thing I really love about this is at the very back, they have recommended resources for what they call a book basket. And Charlotte Mason is very big about what she called living books. And so an author that's really excited about a subject and writes well for that, she wants the kids to read that, and that's a good way for them to learn. And my kids they enjoy reading, so they do learn a lot just from what they soak in from that reading. So she has here, or we have in this book basket, it gives us for each week what kind of books we could go and check out at the library. And what's nice is then you don't have to buy all those books. I know that other curriculums that I've used in the past, they'll say, oh, here's our list, but you got to buy all these books as well to get the list. And it's not so with this. So it'll tell you, hey, go get these books. And what you do is you keep a basket with what you've checked out for that week, kind of at an accessible place for your kids. And so when, say for instance, I need to work with my older son, my younger son, I'll say, hey, it's book basket time. You've got 20 minutes to go and pick out any book that we've checked out and read a little bit. And they don't have to read just one book. They're free to read several of those books or parts of those books or just look at the pictures as long as they're there looking into that. So I love that there's a reading list in this. This is super nice to have. Other things that you get in both packages is you have your parent-teacher supplement, and that's just like your maps and different games and things that are needed to teach and it'll tell you in your guide when you need to use that. Also, you get one set of the student sheets, and what this is also Charlotte Mason is big on notebooking. And so this is basically what your kids will do for notebooking for 1 year. And so with this, I will tell you, you will have to buy, if you have more than one kid, you're going to have to buy the student sheets. And it's about $30 for this package here. You can't photocopy. It would be really nice if you could, but you do have to buy these. So that's an extra cost on top of your package you would have to do. Some more things that you have. This Exploring World Geography, and once again, you need one per student, I believe, on this. And so you're not gonna use it all, but they'll tell you when you need to use it in your guide. This really cool thing that we have here is a passport. And so since we're learning all about countries and cultures, and we're going to go through the whole world and the different countries and explore what that's like, they give them a passport. And so they actually do have to write their own little check, and they have to apply for their passport, and when it comes in, it has their picture and all that, and it really looks like a legitimate little passport here. And so they each get one of these, so you'll have to, this is another thing you'll have to buy for each student. but you do get one of these in the package. These flags of the world is actually what, instead of stamping in the passport, you take out the stickers and you put it in the passport as you explore each country. So it's actually really cute, and it's going to be a lot of fun because we do a lot of that in our Synergy group, you know, exploring that and also stamping their passports and all that. Another thing that you get is this window on the world, window on the world. And so what it is it'll tell you, like for instance, this one about China, and it'll just tell you a little bit about China, and then it'll also tell you to help you pray for China. Things you can thank God for and things you can ask God for, specifically for China. So as you're going through the year, you're actually praying for those countries that you're studying about to try to integrate God into everything that you're doing. You also get this Hero Tales, which is true stories from the lives of Christian heroes. It has questions to ask, and it asks about reading comprehension, but also about things like what happens when we look for things to feel thankful about, even when something bad has happened. So it helps the child relate the story to what's going on in their life, which is really nice. You also get these workbooks that you use at different times in the school year, and they're just little activities. Charlotte Mason isn't very big on a bunch of worksheets because they feel like you'll know when your child has comprehended and has learned a specific subject when they can retell to you and other people what they've learned. So as they can tell back to you what they've learned over the course of time, then you know that that's really stuck in their mind. You also get this We Sing from Around the World. As we get into other cycles, we actually start learning classical composers and that sort of thing. But for geography, it's just different songs from around the world. It has the lyrics, and it's something we'll actually use in the Synergy group. So you don't necessarily, it'll be something that you might use at home, but definitely in class we would use this. Of course, they give you a wall map, a political wall map of the world. Something I forgot to show you is this is David, I'm not sure his last name, but Hazel or Hazel, I'm not sure how he pronounces it, but I believe him and his wife were the one that started My Father's World. And so this is their book about God Speaks Numengang. And so it's really interesting that they include other things like that. You also get this Fast Facts, which is just 5 minutes. They just try to do as many of their facts as they can, whether it's addition, subtraction, multiplication. So that's a nice little thing that you can do every day before you actually start your math. Also, let's see here. They give us a classroom atlas, and my kids and I already looked through this. We just love maps. So, it's very good as well to tell you about different regions and what's going on there. I really, even if you don't do My Father's World, that's a nice map to have. You get this really fantastic little geography from A to Z glossary, and the pictures are fantastic. I think my kids are really going to love this. I would have really enjoyed this when I was young. And it gives them just a good idea of different things like badlands and bays and atoll, what an atoll is, and they'll be able to remember those pictures. We also have maps and globes, and it just tells us, I believe, just how to use a map and what we're going to do, just specifically about map making. Also, this is really, really cool. This is Children's Atlas of God's World. And so, for instance, this is Mexico, and it just tells all about Mexico. But not only that, some of the ones that I had looked at, like in Germany, it tells what biome they're in. It tells what biome they are in Russia. And so you can actually use this not only with your maps and what you're talking about in geography, but you're actually going to use it with your ecosystems, properties of ecosystems. So what you talk about in science, you're also going to talk about in geography. You're also going to talk about it in your Christian tales. So all of these things connect. And what we're always going to do is bring it back to God. And so this is the properties of ecosystem. It is a science. And My Father's World is really good. They've actually worked with some of these publishers to get a specific print made for them that maybe, and I'm not sure about this particular one. I haven't looked in depth about this, but it might leave out evolution, or it might say, hey, this is just one point of view. So they actually have versions out there that are made specifically for them that are not, I would say, pushed in the sense of your evolution. They might share that point of view, but they might also do others. So that's the way, at least I understand it from their website with that. You also get this Living Word Encyclopedia. That's Usborne. I love Usborne books. So as you go through, like I said, in your teacher's manual, it'll say, hey, get out this book, look in this page, discuss this with your kids. And that's kind of how you're going to use that. You also get a global art. And with this, kind of the neat thing about our synergy group is normally you would do this at home if you weren't in a group. You would have to do the science experiments, you would have to do the art, you'd have to do all that, and you'd have to spend the time prepping it. You would have to spend the time doing the experiments and so on and so forth. And they do take a lot of time. And a lot of times with homeschool, we tend to leave it out, or, oh man, I forgot, we'll catch that up, or you might just leave it out, period. It's just, sometimes it's hard to fit art in, and it's hard to fit the science experiments in. Not for all families, but I would say for some. So what's nice about the synergy group is art is one thing we do. So a lot of the time, what it says in your teacher's manual, that's actually what we'll do on community day. That frees up your time a little bit to do other things at home. You don't have to do that. So that's a pretty cool thing. So what you see kind of from here to back here is what you get for your basic package. As you can see, it's a lot, and it is $357 right now on sale. And so I think that's till June 30th. And so that's a really good thing. I'm going to show you now about the deluxe package. For the deluxe package, it's not a lot extra. You get these books here that are Christian heroes then and now, Amy Carmichael, George Mueller, Gladys Allward. So you get this whole little set of books, which is really neat. It's something that you just sit down. It's something you just read at night to your kids. You just get together as a family and read it. You also get an inflatable globe. You get this. This is a really nice book here, and it's called Kingdom Tales. And once again, it's just kind of like Christian fairy tales that you can read to your kids. It has comprehension questions and so on. Let's see here. We also get this great animal search. My son spent about 2 hours today looking at it. They just go through and search for animals, and it tells us about them in their ecosystems, which is cool. It kind of goes with the science that they're learning. You also get a currencies kit, which we use in our synergy group. Also, you get this easy origami. For your younger students, if you have like a 1st through 3rd grade, this is optional. I just bought it because I wanted to see what was in it. Complete book of animals. And so as you're doing the properties of ecosystems with your older ones, you can pull pages out of here instead for your younger ones. So it just kind of gives you more option. So with that, that's like $443 for the deluxe package. And so you get a little bit more, especially, like I said, it comes with a synergy group guide. So you get that, and it lays out, just like the teacher's manual, everything you need to do every week to lead a group. So that's a really cool thing. So I'm sure you're wondering, hey, do we do all this every day? Because that's a lot of books, and I don't have that much time. And the answer is no. Like I said, it's kind of, one day you might do one thing, one day you might do another, and so on and so forth. It's kind of broken up so your kids don't get bored doing the same thing over and over and over, and they kind of all work together and supplement. So that's what My Father's World looks like. And so now I'm going to tell you a little bit about our synergy group. I'm going to sit down here. So synergy group, what that looks like is meeting in the morning at 9. And when we come together, we have kind of like this opening session where we pray together. We go over our Bible verses. We're learning Matthew, verses out of Matthew this year. And so we'll go over that together as a group. We'll pray together, and then we'll be dismissed for our classes. Your child will have a chance to do like a public speaking opportunity. So they'll get to get up every week and do a presentation. We, as homeschool parents, we all need our kids to get up in front of other people and learn how to speak. Okay, that's important. At least it is to me. And so they get that chance every week. They also, like I said, we go over and do activities for geography, and we spend about 30 minutes on that. We spend about 30 minutes on art, 30 minutes on science experiments, and we just have other activities that we do during those times. We also do snack and that as well. And so our day ends about 11:45-ish, depending on, how involved we get in everything. Like I said, they're mainly broken into 30-minute sessions to get all that done. So really, that's what it looks like in the morning session. The biggest advantage to doing this as a group is, number one, accountability. You know, sometimes we just, as homeschool parents, we need our kids to be accountable sometimes to other people. It helps get them moving, and it also helps us. It helps us be accountable in the sense that, hey, we're on schedule, we'll be able to get done, and then we'll be able to enjoy our summer, or, you know, we'll be able to get done. I can rest assured that my kids know that they have completed their year of third grade or whatever you're doing. But it's just an encouragement, because sometimes we get just so worn down, and so to know that you're meeting every week, that your kids have something in common in what they're learning with other kids is just, there's no way to describe that feeling of us all coming together and seeing these kids learn about God together and learning about God's world together. And that is such an encouragement. And to be able to go to another parent that you become close with and say, hey, you know, I'm really struggling with this, what do you suggest? There's nothing better. And so I know that some groups only meet like twice a month, but with this, I just really believe in meeting weekly for many reasons, but especially accountability and encouragement, and just the love and camaraderie of being together as a group. And the kids enjoy it. They look forward to it every week. And really, you know, it's something that we always have enjoyed and look forward to every week, meeting with a group. So anyway, that's a little bit about our morning session at Legacy Homeschool Group in Yellville, Arkansas. If you're interested or you want more information, please just shoot me a text or an email. Let me know that you want to. We have actually an information meeting coming up at Church on the Rock in Yellville, May 11th, 6:30. Be there. I'll have all this out. You can look through it. You can ask me questions. I'm sure there'll be other homeschool parents there. You can ask them questions. We'll be doing another video on what the afternoon session looks like, so stay tuned. Thanks.